Thank you for stopping by for The Love of Flaws, where we learn to love ourselves each and every flaw at a time. All right, so for today's video, we are going to discuss ways to know, or how do you determine when it's time to end a relationship. If this is something that you've been trying to figure out, hang on for this video. So jumping right into this video, ways to know if it is time to end that relationship for good. All right, so I'm gonna try to be equal, as if I have both men and women watching this video. I'm not gonna assume that only women will come across this video. And I'm pretty good with being fair on both sides, to be quite honest with you. So hopefully this video serves as a great help to someone today. And if it does, please make sure you let me know in the comments. All right, so how to know if it's time to end that relationship. Number one, you know it's time to end that relationship if you've had to ask yourself, do I need to leave this relationship? Again, whether it be one time, two times, but if this is something that's constantly on your mind, like, look, I don't know if this is going to work out. I don't know if this is who I'm supposed to be with. Do I need to end this relationship? That may be the first sign to, look, maybe this isn't for you. If you've had to question this relationship, that means it may be time for you to really figure out if that relationship is for you to be in. All right, number two. The second way to know if it's time to end a relationship is if you are not able to be yourself. Again, if you are not able to be yourself. Now, let me explain that, because there are times where change is needed. And when a person really loves you and they see that you have an issue or a flaw that you can work on that is going to help better you and the relationship that you all share, it is okay to say, you know what, let me look into this. Maybe I do need to change that. So that's different, ladies and gentlemen. That's different if they're basically saying, yeah, look, I noticed that you're this way, or that you may do such and such, but you know what, I think you'd be a lot better if you take a step to, for example, be a little more patient, be a little more understanding, or to not speak way more than you listen. You know what I'm saying? So things like that. Sometimes we tend to not want that constructive criticism, but if it's someone that really loves you and they're saying, listen, I love you, so I want the best for you. So maybe every now and then, you need to try to do such and such. So that's different. So I don't think I'm saying, I ain't changing for nobody. Because listen, we ourselves, again, this page is about loving our flaws. Learning to love our flaws is going to have to do with admitting our flaws. And some of us need to admit that we have a flaw when it comes to how we handle people, the way we may speak to people, and certain things that we may do as women or as men. If someone really loves you, and you know for a fact that they are not trying to mold you and create you into someone that they want you to be for themselves, listen. Okay? So again, back to number two. If you are not able to be yourself, what I am saying is, if you are completely happy with who you are as a man or as a woman, you're secure, you've spent that time with yourself before you got in that relationship, you've built yourself, in many areas that you may have to, weaken before, or that you may have to shorten before. But this person say, for example, oh, well, I need you to, I don't like the way you wear them clothes, for example. And I don't like the way you walk. That's a little petty. Or I don't like how you talk to your family all the time. You always talking to your family, or you know what I'm saying, your family too much. Or I don't like how they always at your house. Or I don't like that you always trying to help people. I've heard that before myself. That's the big one. If you are a person where you're in a relationship and they're telling you, man, you always trying to help other people, man, or you always trying to put people before yourself, ain't nobody looking out for you, or whatever. Let me stop right there, because I hear the Lord saying I need to go on with that. And I've been in that situation before. By nature, the Lord has created me to just be a caring person. And a lot of us mothers and women and men aren't, honestly. And that's actually a part of myself that I love. That's one of my best qualities, I believe, is my willingness to just help the way I love children, me just going out of my way to help whoever needs help. I love just being able to be there when someone needs me to be there. That's one of my greatest qualities. Just knowing that someone knows if they're in need, I'm there. If they need me, I'm there. If there's a problem, I'm here. And a few years ago, I got with a guy that hated that about me. He hated how helpful I was. He hated that I made myself available to help others. I actually started to change. And slowly but surely, as people would call on me or expect me to be there, I would start thinking like he was thinking. Like, listen, why y'all always calling on me? Y'all never there when I need y'all there. Or, nah, they'll be all right. They don't need me. I got problems too. Are they worried about my problems? Like, I started thinking like this dude was thinking. And as time went on, I'm like, listen, this just ain't me, because instead of me being who I was, again, I didn't see that as being a bad quality. Loving people and wanting to be there, but he didn't like it because as time went on, I learned that he was withdrawn from his family. He's the complete opposite. He didn't want to be around anyone. He wasn't a family person, and I was the opposite. I'm all about family. I'm all about friends. I'm all about people. I love to mingle. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love to do this thing. So when he came in and he tried to tell me, oh, you need to change that, my dumb behind tried to change that. And I was just uneasy here. Like, this ain't right. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I got to the point to where I started, listen, you trying to change a little too much and you ain't doing enough. I ain't that happy with you. Things like that, where they try to change what you believe is one of your best qualities, and to them, it's not enough, or to them, it's too much. Chances are, it's time to leave that relationship. And you may have to say, hey, it ain't nothing with you, but it's something with me. And what's with me, I have some pretty good qualities. And the qualities that I have are not qualities that you appreciate. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to be by myself until the Lord blesses me with someone else that appreciates my qualities. Simple as that. In that relationship, like a grown woman or a grown man, it ain't got to be nothing extra. Listen, the Lord done gave me some qualities. The Lord done put some things in me, and I can't let anybody change that, because if so, I'm all messed up. All right, so again, number 2 was if they do not love you for you. If you're a loving, caring, outgoing person and they try to change that, end it. Number 3, it is time to end a relationship if things have been going on. For example, cheating more than once. Now, I'm not to say, hey, never cheat or whatever, but one time you can say, listen, I understand things happen. You talk that thing through, y'all lay down what the issues are, and y'all go from there. You say, look, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you another chance, and that's that. Hey, some of y'all may not want to give another chance, and that's fine. Or lying. It ain't just cheating that goes on, you all. I'm sure we all know that. But if they cheat and you find out, y'all talk about it, y'all squash it. Okay. They lie. You catch them in lies all the time. That's a problem. Okay. Another example. Let's say they steal. Yes, there are some men and women that steal. All right. Let's say they came off and talked to you crazy. I'm a big thing of that. Don't talk to me crazy. That's going to be number 4. I think I kind of went a little above. But yes, if you found an issue with them, that is definitely something that cannot be overlooked. For example, lying, cheating, game playing, talking to you crazy. And it's happened more than once, and they act like it just doesn't matter whether they change it or not. It may be time to let that relationship go. Number 4, as I said, I kind of mentioned it a little with number 3, but number 4, the way they talk to you. When you talk to a man and a woman, I don't care what's going on, no matter how frustrated you are. And this is how you know if you're ready for a real relationship and if you've grown. I don't care how upset you are. When you love and you respect a man or woman that you are with, ain't nothing in you gonna allow yourself to speak to them crazy. None whatsoever. So, I understand people get upset, they get a little hot-headed, and things get a little crazy. But, if for the most part, a person want to talk to you like you this little, and like you this dumb, that's the problem. Don't allow anybody to sit around and talk to you like you ain't got no sense, and they got it all. If they don't talk to you like the man or woman that you are, and they kind of belittle you. And I know every now and then some women think it's cute to be called this name, that name, or whatever, and all this arguing and this and that. We supposed to be past that point, ladies. If y'all looking for somebody and men that you want to spend the rest of your life with, you ain't looking for all that nonsense. You ain't looking for all that drama. Okay, so again, find somebody that can talk to you like they have some sense. Like they have respect for you. Number 5. The 5th way to know if it is time to end that relationship, and this is a real one, you all, and it may be hard to make this decision, but you know what they say, sometimes the hardest things to do be the best things to do. So listen to me closely on this one, you all, because I've had to make some of these hard decisions myself for people that I may have loved. If you've been with someone for, a good amount of time, and yes, you love them, you care, y'all bonded, the family's bonded, but at the end of the day, you realize that you have 2 completely different lives. You realize that you have completely different goals for the future, and that you all are going different directions when it comes to your future plans. Or, for example, you're ready to live a certain way and they're still caught up on the world and what the world got going on. Meanwhile, you're trying to go to another level. As much as you love each other, it may be time to say, you know what, I love you, but our lives are going completely different directions. And sometimes different lives can actually work, to be quite honest with you. But what I'm saying is, if you're saying, look, I'm trying to go here, like I'm trying to like really do this thing. I got, you know what I'm saying? I want to do this, man. I'm trying to start this business. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be, finish this degree. I'm trying to take my family to a completely different level. Meanwhile, you got a man and woman sitting here like, well, you can go ahead and do all that, man. I ain't trying to do all that right now. I'm trying to chill, man. I'm trying to have fun. I ain't trying to get caught up in all that. That's a problem. And that's just an example. But people can be together that actually love each other, but they have 2 completely different mindsets. So either you're going to pull them, and by now, if you've been with this person long enough, you ain't pulled them yet. Most likely, they ain't ready to get pulled, so you might as well let it go. If y'all paths are it's just not going, y'all going like this, you going one way, they going one way, y'all keep messing up instead of y'all going together like this. Every now and then, y'all may, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all supposed to be walking straight together. You know what I'm saying? Next to each other. Not all over the place while you steady trying to work, get this built. They steady, you know what I'm saying? All over here, all over. Number 6. Wait, before I go to the next number, what I do want to say is this. I learned this quote years ago. Just because 2 people love each other does not mean they have to be together. Okay? So don't feel like, well, I love him or I love her. I got to be with her. Just because 2 people love each other does not mean they have to be together. You can love each other from a distance, always have love and respect for one another, but as adults, sometimes we got to say we love each other, but we just wasn't for each other. Simple as that. So don't be afraid or don't get complacent because you love someone. It's okay to let go of someone you love if it's for the right reason. And you know what they also say, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back to show, that's how you know. So sometimes you can let stuff go and it comes back together. That's how you know. Okay? Number 6. If you are in a relationship that has been taking more out of you and you kind of find yourself at a standstill, you haven't been growing since you've been with that person, when usually you're a pretty outgoing person, with things going on, you're always making progress, but all of a sudden you see stuff like this. And then you're going down like this. And then you're going on backwards like this. So you're going down and you're going backwards. That's the problem. So many times where we get with people that, again, may not be on the same level as us. Or I know a lot of women, and some men are like that as well, where, we're used to working and taking care of people. And actually, we're just people that care. So if they're not working, I'm guilty of this myself. I've dealt with men that didn't like to work. And I would be working, taking care of the kids, rushing here, rushing there, doing this, doing that. Meanwhile, I got to do that at the house, chilling, waiting for me to pay bills. You know what I'm saying? Can't even take the trash out. Can't even get no dinner. We ain't even going to get on all that. You got a whole other child you're taking care of. But he's an adult or she's an adult. Meanwhile, while you're trying to help satisfy their lifestyle, it's taken away from you. Your finances, your peace, and your happiness. So if your peace, your happiness, your sanity, your finances are being hit because of the person you're with, it may be time to let it go. Once you have determined that y'all on completely different paths and this person ain't ready to get on it, let it go. Number 7. Again, this is going to be another hard one for a lot of people to figure out. But this one is very important, you all. And some of you may not have heard it like this, but this is something that I had to learn recently. If you are trying to figure out if it's time to leave a relationship or stay, and sometimes the relationship is not all bad. It can be a pretty good relationship. It can be a cool guy, you know what I'm saying, a cool woman. You all get along, you have fun, whatever. But depending on where you are in your life, you know, you could be looking for fun. It all depends. If you're looking for fun, you're looking for a long-term relationship, you're looking for marriage, it all depends. But if your goal is marriage and to spend the rest of your life with someone, this is the sure way to know if it is time to push for that relationship to work or build that relationship. This is how you know for sure if you build this relationship or if you let this relationship go. Yes? You have your computer?
Yeah.
1 second. Did you ask your sister? Are you still logged into your meeting?
Mm-hmm. But she said I can leave.
Did you?
Yeah. She said we can leave because she's not testing us.
Okay, there you go. Go back downstairs.
Testing me.
Go back downstairs. I'm trying to push the video. Come
Okay,
on.
after you finish, you're going to come down?
Yeah, maybe.
Ow!
Yeah, sorry.
Can I end the video with you?
Another time. What in the world? Sorry about that, y'all. I had to help my son get onto his homework. But again, y'all, this is a big one. This is a big one, you all. If your goal is to be with someone for the rest of your life, if your goal is marriage, and I know some people get with people and they actually feel this way at some point and then feelings change. I know feelings change, it happens. But if you know a person is in love with you and they want to stay with you, build a future with you, but you don't have this in your mind where you know for a fact, listen carefully. And again, I understand feelings change. So don't be in the comments like, you know, well, people change. And I know, because a lot of us have made decisions like this before. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just trying to give people a heads up, you all. You should never try to build with a person or marry a person. And some of us, you know what I'm saying? Or marry a person if you don't have it in your mind and in your heart and in your whole everything. If you cannot say that I know that this man or woman can fulfill my every need and want, and I know for a fact that there's no other man or woman that can replace this man or woman that I am with. If you can't say that, chances are, if it's not time to let that relationship go, it's time to take a few steps back or just take some time to really reevaluate what you want and who you're with. I have seen, and I say this is an important thing before because I've seen a lot of people leave good people. Say, for example, they had someone in their past that they were really in love with and that person walked away and left them for somebody else. And then, now that that relationship didn't work, that person's now coming back to you. The good person that treated them well, that was good to them, but they got sidetracked and wanted to go be with another man, another woman, and all of a sudden, now they want to come back to you. I'm going to save a lot of y'all a lot of headache and a lot of heartache to yourself or others. So I'm going to give a scenario. If a person leaves you to be with somebody else because at that time they felt y'all wasn't going to work it out or you weren't good enough, and they got the eye or heart for somebody else at the time, and they decided that you weren't the person for them and they tried to make it work with somebody else, and then when that didn't work, you know how that whole thing goes, now they want to come back. But say when they come back, you're with somebody else. And that person that you're with now, because your ex left you, but now the person that you're with actually shows you that love, shows you that appreciation, shows you that you are the only person that I want to be with. There is no other man or woman that can replace who you are in my life. Now, so say right now you're with that person because, again, your ex left you, or your ex-husband left you, or your ex-wife left you, or whatever the case may be. But then when that person comes back, they're like, oh, well, I realized, you know how that whole thing go. Whether it be the dude or female, for the woman.
Oh, well, I thought about it, and now I've done decided, and I done figured out that.
Or that dude comes back to the woman saying,
man, look, man, when I was out there, man, I figured out I don't want to be with nobody but you. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have left you like that.
oh, okay, you're back. Hi. Now they have went out there, did their thing. They tried to replace you with somebody else because at that time, they didn't feel you were the best catch. Or they actually felt that somebody else could replace you. Or replace that place in their lives with somebody else when you were supposed to be the only one that filled that spot. Again, if this was your husband or your wife. So now all of a sudden they done went out there, did their thing, and came back. Because again, they thought someone else could replace you. This is what I had to tell someone very close to me. If a person has left you, and I'm more so talking to the husband and wives or people that have been together for a long time. If a person has left you, not because y'all just having issues, but they done left you and started a whole nother relationship with somebody else, but y'all done took vows or whatever, saying, look, death do us part. Look, when you marry somebody, you're basically saying, look, it ain't nobody. I know for sure you the person for me. Ain't nobody out there that can fulfill my life the way you fulfill my life or fill the void that you feel. So when they decide to leave you for somebody else, that says to me, and it should also say to you, that for a moment, for a month, for a year, or for several years, they actually thought that there was somebody out there better than you that could fill that void that they've been trying to fill. And I feel personally, when you give someone your word and your heart of those vows and those promises saying, look, you know, to death do us part or whatever, that's very important. So if a person can actually for a minute, again, for a year, for months, or whatever it may be, walk away from you and try to build something with somebody else, that means that they actually thought that there was somebody out there better than you. But when you're in love with somebody, and you know what I'm saying, that tunnel vision is right, at no point should you ever think that somebody else can fill that void that your husband, your wife, or your spouse fills. And some people never recover from that. So, and I'll save that for a whole nother video to get more into depth with that. So to wrap this video up, if you are with a person and you're trying to figure out if this is the person you're supposed to build with, or maybe, hey, it's time to say, you know what, I don't want to play no more. This ain't what I want. If you can't say to yourself and to that person, I know for a fact that there's nobody else in this entire world that can love me the way you love me, guide me the way you guide me, trust me the way you trust me, build me the way you build me, encourage me the way you encourage me. There's nobody else that can fill the role in my life the way you do. If you can't say that to a person and actually be confident and mean what you say, chances are it's time to let that relationship go. Don't feel like, oh, they got a little bit of this, they got a little bit of that. And I'm not saying that one person's going to have everything you want. But when you decide to try to be with the person that you actually want to grow with and be with, make sure you're with the person to where you're not every now and then like, oh, shoot,
Man, look, dang, who that is over there? Damn, you know what I'm saying? He like, sure, I may have to holler at him. But dang, man.
make sure you're ready. You ain't got to wonder what else out there. All right, so again, I know that was a little confusing. I will go into some more details on a future video when it comes to that. Just knowing that no one else should be able to replace the person that is in your life. You know what I'm saying? Say, for another example, you can be with somebody, but you still have feelings for an ex. Don't waste your time with the person you're with trying to fill that void, and you know that there's somebody else that you feel is supposed to be in that position. All right? So, again, just to sum this all up, if you're not able to be the person that you know the Lord created you to be, and a person does not appreciate your values, or they feel like your values and the qualities that the Lord put into you are too much or not enough, or they're trying to change who you are, or the good things about you that you actually value within yourself, if they're trying to change anything that you value, or if they try to change the main qualities that the Lord knit you together with because, they don't like it, let it go. If you are second guessing if that's the person for you, and maybe it's time to really consider letting it go. If you are on completely different paths, it may be time to say I love you, but we gotta let this go. If you cannot say I know that there's no one else out there for me but you, and maybe it's time to let that go. All right, so you all get with me in the comments. Let me know what you all think. Also, another one that I forgot. If they got them trust issues, and you know that you're a dedicated person, but every now and then they still dealing with their little trust issues, and they driving you crazy with their trust issues, and you trying to help them to trust, time to let it go. And not to say you all would never get together, but right now, be like, listen, until you get yourself together, you can't hold me down. You're going to have to let it go. And maybe that even help them get themselves together. But like I said, you all, just give me in the comments. Let me know if I forgot anything. Let me know if you disagree with something I said. Let's get together in these comments and kind of just, put our minds together. I hope this video helps someone to kind of make their decision on, if it's time to let go or fight a little more. All right, so until next video, if you like my little vibe, make sure you hit subscribe along with that notification bell. I don't want you to miss any of my upcoming videos, you all. It's supernatural. Keep it factual, know you're maxing back.